Welcome back. It is 15:31, and I'm scared. Last year, we had Thomas find out that his beloved was engaged to someone else now. Beatrice finally got to start dating Albert after betraying Caesarea. Rowan aged up into a child. Arthur also met someone. So lots of things are going on in the romance department. This year, it's both Gabriel's birthdays, so I'm afraid, but we'll just keep going on that. So let's start over here. Heath Dubois the third can't get a 7, a 14, or a 19. He just squeaked by. Venetia Gainsford can't get a 7 or a 13. She survived. Will she get married? No, 1 through 5. She will. How many kids? No, 10. One child. Okay. You come here. Venetia Gainsford 1. Okay. No 7 or 13. No 7 or 13. Whew, okay, we did it. He survived. At least there's that. Now, for the young adults, we have Osric Gamal and Albert Landgrab II. Can't get a 3 or an 18. No 3 or 18. No 3 or 18. Your last Landgrab, don't do it. He survived. Nora Goth has to get at least a 7. And then, of course, Gabriel needs to get at least an 8. Okay. Gabriel, at least an 8. No! Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And his son is just becoming a teenager. Like his heir has just become a teenager. He's 13 years old. Who's even going to be in charge? What a mess. We might have to have Tobias like kind of be taking some control here because there's like no adults in this household. Like they don't have a mother or anything to take care of things. So, oh boy. I mean, I kind of figured that one of them would die this year. It's just, what are you going to do about it? Okay. We also, yeah, 2 people are having babies right now. Susanna and Alphonse Light, and then Augusta and Heath are having babies right now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Gabriel's dying. Okay. Okay. Where is Gabriel? Yeah, Gabriel. Okay, so he's going to pass the Earl title on to Gabriel, and then the Viscount title onto Basil, and then Rowan is going to be Tobias's heir. Yes. There he is, Tobias. Okay, so Tobias is going to be in the background doing estate things. But, yeah. The end of an era. Okay, let's hop into the game. And of course there's a fire. Why wouldn't there be a fire? There's always a fire. And so I actually was trying to have Gabriel extinguish the fire, and then he caught on fire a little bit, and I was like, well, he is supposed to die today, so I guess it wouldn't be the worst if he died because of a fire. And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll have him call the fire department. And apparently, because the same thing happened to Beatrice just now. When I click call fire department, it just teleports them into the fire, which is not good, obviously. And so that is how Gabriel passed away. And then, of course, Caesarea gets hit by lightning. And I'm just like, okay, I think all my Sims are meant to die today. Everything is happening right now. So there is that. Gonna fix up the room a little bit. Luckily none of the furniture got messed up or anything, but yes. And anyway, we also have the Trimboli family having, or is it the Trimboli family? No, okay, not yet. They already had their kids. Never mind. Okay, what we do have is the Dubois family having another baby, and actually it's a set of twins, which is really great. And so Regina and Rosa have been born, and they are now they have 2 more baby tries, Heath and Augusta do. So that's really exciting. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm glad. I just really like it when we're having babies. Like people are having babies, things are happening. I really like that. I like when there are people who are currently pregnant and that the families are growing and all that stuff. So anyway, then I am going to just fix. Okay, so for some reason, there's something wrong with the estate, and I don't know what it is, but it says that they have another 100,000 simoleons of unused land, and for some reason, we're not like doing anything with that. Like I can't lease it or anything, so it seems kind of broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a um, new estate. I'm going to have to do some cheating around just because I want to replace the one that we have. I don't want to have to like start over with it. So there is that. But anyway, we also have Arthur working on the jewelry stuff. He is taking over the business even more now. So we have found that Gabriel has actually left Arthur in charge of the business in his will or whatever it is. So Arthur is now in charge of the business. I also am thinking like I don't want Tobias to be around at least at first. Maybe he'll be around more later, but I kind of like the idea that Tobias and Violet are off on a diplomatic trip and are not in the area when this happens. So like there's a lot of chaos in the house where now we have like a bunch of children not knowing what to do, not like dealing very well with the situation. I mean, a literal child is now the Earl, and so just all of that stuff where I think that it's good to have it going on. So we're having the memorial service. Arthur is pretty sad. He's feeling a little stressed as like the guy in charge right now because obviously Gabriel II is still a child, so there's not a ton going on there in his favor, but we're doing the best we can. And I'm going to then mark Gabriel as dead, and then we will make Gabriel II the Earl, and then we will make Basil the Viscount, and then when Tobias dies, we'll make Rowan the Baron. So that is not going to be for a little while, potentially. I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe Tobias will fail his next role. We don't know. So there is that. And then I did want to, in addition to that, since we are saying that we got the business that is now going to be Arthur's, that I wanted to get him his own estate. So now we're really low on money. But actually, luckily, I'm realizing that we don't have a ton to worry about money-wise just because quite a few of our Sims are not getting married, and quite a few of our Sims I have potentially am going to be embroiled in scandal. So because of that, we might not need to worry about paying them. So we'll see where we go with that. But anyway, I'm trying to have Thomas go out with Rebecca right now, but for some reason it's just not doing the thing, and I'm not really sure why, but what you gonna do? So I am gonna pull them out and have them go somewhere, and of course she leaves. Why wouldn't she? Tell me. Okay, I'm getting really frustrated by this, so I need you guys to tell me, are you also having any complications with Sims immediately leaving the lot when you bring them somewhere, like someone who's not in your household? Because I am having that problem so much lately, and it's really getting frustrating because I just like want these Sims to come and like have a date and sit at this table together and not have to worry about chasing them down and forcing them to stand somewhere, and now they're not in a group together, so they can't get a table together, and it's just like this whole thing, and I'm really annoyed by it. But anyway, so what we have is Thomas and Rebecca talking now. They know that Rebecca has been engaged to some guy. I honestly not even going to put him in the game, but some guy, and that they are concerned because they're obviously in love with each other. And so Rebecca is basically like, I don't know what my family is going to do. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, but, I just want you to know the depth of my feelings for you. And she's going to gift him a painting that she painted herself. And now, obviously, I don't have a painting in her inventory, so I am just going to snag one off the easel right now. But yeah, so she is going to give him a painting because she is just really into art. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned that last year, but I think I mentioned it the year before that she is an artist. She's very into art. She loves that kind of stuff, and it's really her passion. So she is focused on that. And then once again, I'm just trying to build up money. Like I'm trying to do something because we are in a bad situation because obviously Arthur and, not even little Gabriel yet is realizing that we don't actually have a ton of money. And obviously Gabriel never let anyone know that that was the case. But now that he's gone and someone is trying to deal with the family finances and they are not looking good, it's like, oh no. So they're really having to kind of struggle and deal with this without any adults to help them. And then I am having Arthur and Apollonia, having some of their romance together as well. Honestly, Arthur didn't even like his dad. So, I mean, I think he did appreciate, so I'm not going to have him be sad, but I think although he does appreciate that his dad recognized his, you know, ambition, and he's really happy that he's now in charge of that, that and everything. So anyway, Apollonia is coming over to kind of, tell Arthur that she's sorry about his situation and that, she came to, give her condolences and all that stuff. And so that is something that Arthur is struggling with. And Arthur's like, look, I have to tell you something because it's going to be obvious now. And he basically tells her, like, I was an illegitimate child. I wasn't the son of my father's wife. And even though he gave me a place in the family, I'm not set to inherit anything. He did give me the business, but he's basically explaining this to her because he wants her to know that she has an out in a way. Like she has the opportunity to kind of back off from the situation, especially because, he has to tell her. Everyone's going to, her family is going to know shortly that, that he is not inheriting anything because he won't get a title. So anyway, then I have a lot of romance things going on. But then we have Olivia sneaking out to the local tavern unchaperoned to meet with Lucas. And so Lucas, again, is someone she met when she was out with her brother, in town. And he is actually not someone who is noble. He comes from like a pretty good family. Actually, wait, what was his backstory? Yes. Okay, so he is noble, but he's not like his father was a baron, but he's never ever going to inherit anything. Like he's like one of 15 children, and he's like very low on the totem pole there. So he is not even close to inheriting anything. So he's just a mister. But it doesn't really matter to Olivia because she's in love. She's in love with him, and she really does want to be with him, and she, sees a future with him, and she's a crush on him, and she's smitten with him, and it's just this whole thing. And so, she's feeling good about that, and she is just sneaking off to meet with him, which is not good. But also, like, no one in her family knows about this. Honest, if Gabriel lived, I was going to have her try to introduce him to Gabriel, and Gabriel be like, no. But that didn't happen. Gabriel died. So there is that. And then we again, jewelry making our way through it. That's what we do all night is jewelry make. And then I did want to come back to Beatrice. So basically what I'm thinking for her is that she is like the new popular girl. Like she is, courting with Albert, and all the ladies are really impressed with how she stood up to Caesarea and, kind of helped end her tyrannical rule over all of the kids their age. So she is going to start a club. I'll call it Ladies for now. I don't really know, but and I'm going to invite all the ladies to the club and basically, kind of show off that Beatrice is in a good spot. She's feeling good. She is, courting with a very handsome and wealthy lord. She is, friends with everybody. She even, she's insisting that Beatrice comes out and hangs out with the other ladies and everything, even though, she's been kind of trying to hide away from society. And so she's just, being really great. And I don't want to give you the impression, though, that everything is so altruistic. I think she enjoys the fact that she's kind of taken Caesarea's place and that she's able to kind of, become the queen bee, but with a different, with like, what's the saying? It's like honey, give honey, carrot, the carrot or the stick. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is that Beatrice is not like this great, nice person that she's kind of making herself out to be. She just, she's a little self-interested in some ways. Like she likes that she's now the popular girl. Anyway, trying again to get Sims to go out together. Is it going to work? Absolutely not. But that's okay. Let's now we have Beatrice I was going to send out with Albert, but of course he didn't show up. Why would he show up? I'm going to make him come to the house instead. Okay, so Albert and Beatrice have been courting. They've been going out together more, and I'm going to call him over. It is like always thunderstorming right now, seriously. But that's just the way it is. So here he is, and they have been courting for a little while. They are enjoying each other's company and everything. They are just like doing a good job, feeling good, all that stuff. So they are happy about that. And basically they are going to continue to get more romantic until, yes, you were right, he is going to propose to her. So they're going to propose and be together. So he is happy about that. She is happy about that. Everybody is feeling good. They are now engaged. They are together, and she's kind of solidifying her spot as the one to beat, I guess, socially. So there is that. And again, with the jewelry making, of course, everything is always broken around here. There's Gabriel's ghost. But yes, so then we're going to have little Gabriel have their birthday. So we're going to have the birthday, and he is going to age up into a teenager. He rolled to be outgoing. Really excited about that. And they are having a good time. And here he is, our boy. So I'm really excited about that. Feeling good. And then, of course, because why not, my game crashed. Yep, my game crashed. That is just the way it is, So my game crashed. I'm wondering if it's because I did the unlimited Sims thing. Maybe I'll take that off again, try to cull down some Sims and figure out if that was the issue. Because it does say when I clicked on that, it was like, hey, your game could crash if you do this. And I'm like, it's fine. And then it did crash. So maybe I should have paid attention to that. So anyway, if I say that we're at his birthday party now, and one of the people who is at the party is going to be Lawrence Gainsford. So Lawrence Gainsford is someone who we know. He is actually the second in line to get a marquee title, and but he is not married or anything yet. So what I'm thinking is that maybe him and Gabriel had some talks ahead of time. It's not like he's a bad choice. He's just a little older now. So there is that. But I'm thinking that him and Gabriel had previously had some talks about potentially marrying him to one of his daughters because he has them in abundance. And so because of that, he has come, even though Gabriel has passed away, and kind of told younger Gabriel, now that he's old enough to, accept things on behalf of his family, he's going to be like, well, your father promised that I could marry one of your sisters. And so he's like, oh boy. And, Gabriel doesn't have a lot of experience with any of this stuff right now. So of course he's going to kind of be a little, not manipulated, but like dominated by Lawrence and his, status and his, control over the situation, and he probably talks better and deals better. And so Olivia is sitting right there, and Olivia and Cesaria and all of them. So Gabriel's like, oh yeah, like we'll figure it out. We'll figure out, which of my sisters you can marry. So that's like a later problem, but anyway, what we have here is the vampires. So I wanted to come over to them for just a second because I promised a vampire war this decade. And so um, we are going to be focused on that. The vampires are kind of starting to plot. They are knowing that Henry VIII is making moves against the church, and Henry VIII does not have a good reputation with the occult. Remember, he executed the entire Peacock family that were spellcasters, and so he doesn't have a good reputation with the cults. He doesn't really like them after that whole situation, and so since he's starting to make an enemy of the church and everything, the vampires are like, maybe this could be a good time to strike. Maybe this could be a good time to take advantage of the turmoil in the country and start to make our moves. So that's what they're thinking. And yeah, then we're going to do birthdays. So let me list them out for you. We have Heath Dubois III becoming a toddler. We have Nisha Gainsford becoming a teenager. Gabriel Larkin II becoming a teenager. Osric Gamal and Albert Landgrab II becoming young adults. Gabriel Larkin died, and then Laudine and Lucien Trimboli both became infants. And then we did have Regina and Rosa Dubois be born and become infants. And then since my game crashed, I didn't get as far into it as I would have, but on the last day of the year, we do have Arnold Light being born, and then I re-got her pregnant as well, so everything is doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I am really excited to continue it. Lots of things going on all at once, and so it's a lot to keep track of, but I think that you're going to find it very fun, especially when the vampires really start making moves, so I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.